The world of technology is constantly evolving, which means there's always an opportunity to learn and grow.
My name is Oyebode Esther. I studied religious studies at the University of Ibadan.
My name is Ifeoluwa. I studied cell biology and genetics in the University of Lagos, after which I got a job working in the bank.
My name is Regina Taiwo. You wouldn't believe I studied architecture in school.
I knew there was more, so I decided to take a leap. Currently, I am a product designer and a product manager.
I'm currently a motion graphics designer.
Presently, I am a data scientist and an AWS cloud engineer.
I understand that being a lady is not a disadvantage, so I embrace tech.
And I am thriving as a Texas.
And I am thriving as a Texas.
Now I can say I'm a thriving Texas.
Are you ready to break new grounds and join the world of tech? The Ladies in Tech Africa initiative is a commemorative bootcamp in honor of our visionary, Pastor Mrs. Folu Adeboye, as we join her in thanking God for her 76th birthday celebration. This program is designed to help you make your career shift a reality. Registration is open and you can register via the link on your screen right now.
Have you ever wondered?
Hello. Good evening, everyone. It's so good to be here again. I'm looking forward to another time. How are you, ladies? How was your day? Hope you had a wonderful day. Hope your day was productive. Good to be here again. Are you looking forward to today's learning? Let me know in the comment section. Hi, Oluwatoyin. Hello. Hi. Good evening, Zainab. Hi, Oluwamuyiwa. Hello. Sholasios. Okay. Hope you guys had a lovely day. How was your day? Okay. Good evening. Yes, I'm also looking forward to today's class as well. Okay, good evening. So because we have like a lot to cover today, we might have to just go straight into today's session. But before we start the session, how was the assignment? How was the interview like? How was interaction with the other party? I hope it was not your family member anyways. How was the interview like? Because you had to interview two people to get their perspective about your product of your choice. So how is it like? I'm looking forward to your comments. How was it like interviewing people? Okay. Interesting. Someone says interesting. Nice. Okay. Okay, but for this class or the class we did is fine. But when we are working on real life projects or when we start solving real life problems, it's not advisable that you take your analysis or your data from your family members. It's best you have different people, though we have tools for that where you get to get different people, but it's nice anyways. That's fine. Oh, sorry about that. Someone says Oluwaseun says it was an eye opener. That's good. Oh, Toby, sorry about that. You can actually rewatch last session. You can rewatch. Oh, sorry about that. About submission of assignments. The team is working on a video where you get to watch, and on your Telegram group, there's actually like a guide to submit your assignment. So you might want to go back to Telegram group and check how to submit your assignment. Okay. I didn't ask you to use Google Form for your interview. Interview is not survey or questionnaire. Interview is interaction. Interaction. It's not a survey. Yes, interview is qualitative. Survey and questionnaire is quantitative. So what we did last week was qualitative. That is interview. So Google Form is not for interview. You can use Google Form for your quantitative research. Okay. Okay. Nice one. So Rachel says it was a bit hard, but later got it interesting. I love that. I love that. I love that you're real. Then you're still able to get it done. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's dive in today. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to do like a quiz. So please, if you're unable to do the quiz, don't worry, don't get worried. And I'm not grading you anything, just for us to test our knowledge based on last week topic. So please and please, if you're unable, you don't need to. If you're unable to do the assignment, I'm sorry, the test, you don't need to be worried. Just watch, right? So we're going to get started because I want us to do the quiz in less than 5 minutes, if possible. Okay, so today's topic is the use of design thinking process in user research, which we talked about in 2 classes or 3 classes. We talked about design thinking process, where we talked about the empathize stage, we talked about define stage, ideation stage, prototype stage or phase, and the test phase. So today we want to use these processes in our user research. So if you have issues with submitting your assignment, just hold up. Don't use it to distract this class. It's very important. All your assignments should be submitted on LMS. And I want to put this out. I want to beg everybody, please don't send your message to my mail. I don't want to call out names because it's not going to be fair. But please don't send your assignment to my mail. And anytime I give you like a template, you are not supposed to ask for access. You are just supposed to download that copy, then edit to what you need to do. So it's very important. So please and please, so we're getting started. Today we are talking about the use of design thinking process in user research. Please, if you missed last class, go back. You can rewatch. It's on YouTube. Just go to YouTube. You see product design class. Okay, let's get started, guys. So we are doing a little quiz. Today's agenda: quiz, design thinking recap, empathize phase, define state phase, test your knowledge. So let's get started. Okay, so can we do this quickly? Can we scan this code? ASAP. Let's do this ASAP, like as soon as possible. Let's scan this code. Or you can go to www.slido.com. Let me put this out again. During my class, I don't want any distraction. Please and please, if you have questions, drop it. But anything outside, how do we submit our assignment? How do we take our attendance and all that? Please, let's scrap it for now. Anything outside that, you can drop your question as I teach. We'll be able to take your questions and answer after the class. I will not be taking any question during the class. It'll be after. Thank you. Please don't forget that. So for now, let's start talking about templates, talking about assignment, talking about attendance, or talking about LMS. Let's focus on today's topic, which is very important. Thank you very much. So let's scan this code. I'm waiting for you guys. Let's scan. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Someone says I'm on the. Okay, sorry. Studio, can you please help me remove my picture from the barcode so that they can scan it properly? Thank you. Studio, please, can you help me take my picture or this video from the barcode? It's blocking the barcode. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. The poll is active. You need to check again. It's active because I can see a quite number of people. I'm starting in the next, then 10 minutes. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. I was going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but it's fine. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm starting now. Yeah, let's go. So the first question, I want us to be fast about this. So if you do not answer or you're unable to get in, don't worry. It's fine, it's fine. But let's get started. Okay. Thank you. Okay, next question. If you're using your phone, you don't need to scan because you can't even scan because that means you have to leave YouTube. So if you are using your phone, you don't need to. But if you're using your PC, you can use your phone to scan. But if you are using your phone, don't worry. It's fine. Okay, let's review the answer. Okay, next question. This is just to test our previous class knowledge. Okay. If you are using your laptop, you can scan with your phone. Because how do you scan when you're watching on your phone? That's my concern. Okay. Okay, this is question 4. In product design, which research method would you use to gather measurable data from a large number of users? I know I said a lot about this. I took my time to explain quantitative and qualitative. So, okay. Now the last question. What type of data would you typically collect in a qualitative research study? But people are still choosing, okay, okay, okay. So let's see the okay. Hmm. 5/5. Okay. Okay. Okay, you know what? Well done, ladies. Someone says I came second. Nice. Okay. So because of today's class, we have a lot to cover. So we'll have to move from here. Well done, well done, well done to everyone that attempted to. Well done. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Question is, what is design thinking and what are the 5 phases of design thinking? So design thinking is a set of principles used to help solve complex problems. Design thinking is extremely user-centric. It focuses on human first, seeking to understand their needs and come up with effective solutions to meet those needs. So this is not where we are focusing on. So let's move. This is the design thinking process. So now the empathize state, the define state, the ideate, prototype, and test. I hope you guys are following. Let's move on. We have moved on from the test. Let's move now to today's class. So let's talk about the empathize state or empathize phase. So question is, what is the empathize phase and what are the techniques used? It was part of what we talked about last class. So I want you to drop your response. What is the empathize phase and what are the techniques used? I'm looking forward to your response in 30 seconds. What is the empathize phase and what are the techniques used? I mentioned already before I move to this class that if you are unable to do the poll, it's fine. Don't worry, don't bother about it. Because of the time, we need to move. So please and please, anything that has to do with the poll or the quiz we just did, or anything that has to do with assignments or tests or whatever thing, please let's just focus on today's class so that we get what we need to get and move. Okay. Thank you very much for your answers. Wow, well done. So let's move. As mentioned during the design thinking class, the aim of this empathize state is to understand the users and their needs. And how do we understand the users or our users and their needs? Is through observation, is through interviews, is through empathy map. So I know the last class we talked about interviews. That's the qualitative research method. Where we talked about the observation, we talked about the interviews, surveys. Now I'm adding empathy map to it, right? So you're going, as we go in this journey, you're going to have more context to what empathy map is. So and the others. So this stage aims to gain a deep understanding of the user's experience and challenges. This stage aims to improve or gain a deep understanding of the overall experience of a user using an app, a mobile app or a web, and also the challenges or frustration they face during those processes. So let's move to the next slide. This is where you as a designer seek to understand, you as a product designer or you as a UX researcher or you as a UX experience person, seek to set aside your assumption. Like I used to say, I say it all the time in my class, that you are not the user. So this is now the phase where you set all the assumptions, all the things you think you know about. Maybe you have a favorite app they are trying to redesign. So you set your assumption aside, all those things you know that, oh, okay, I feel this when I do this, I feel this, I think this is it, all those things you say. That is when you have to put them aside and just drop them in one corner and focus on gathering information or gathering the right information from the users, because they are the people you are building for. So this is when we are trying to figure out, who am I making this for? That is, who are your target audience? Who are the people this product is used for? Who are these people this product will be usable for? Who are these people that would enjoy this product, right? This is also where the stage where, or the phase where you get to know what is their problem, what are they facing, what is the frustration, what are the things their experience using the app. Then this is also the phase where you get to know what do they do on this mobile app. What do they do? Do they do transfer money? Do they just pay bill, or do they save on this app, or whatever the app you are building actually is currently doing, right? So let's move to the next slide. So some common methods and techniques used during this empathize state. Now, user interview, and that was what you did that was what we did in the last class, and that was what I gave you as a take-home assignment, where you get to interact with two people based on the product that you love, or your favorite product, or probably a product that you want to solve their problem, or you see that there's a particular product that you feel that can be improved, and this is the state where you now decide, okay, I love so a app, or I love A and ABC app, mobile app. And this is not when you now tend to talk to somebody or talk to people. You know that in user interview, it deals with a smaller group of people, unlike survey and questionnaire that you can have a larger number. If you notice that the survey, I had to like drop it on the group, and I have like over 98 or so responses. Unlike interview, I can just do like 3 people or 5 people, or just a small group, or depending, but not a large group. It's just for me to have a deeper understanding or deeper insight of what they are facing, their pain, their frustration, how do they feel, and all that. So this is where the user interview stage, just as you've done. Some of you said you did this with your family member. Some of you said you did normally with anybody. So this is like the stage where you do a talk on one-on-one with your users to learn about their goals. What do they want to achieve using this particular app? Their likes. What do they like? Is this is the app easy to navigate? Is it easy to make payment or whatever thing, or perform the action they want to perform? What are their challenges? What are their frustrations? Are they frustrated that when they use this app, it doesn't load on time, or it gives them a lot of stress and all that? So all this is a stage where you have a one-on-one. So it's not a survey. Survey is used in the is a quantitative research method, while interview is a qualitative research method. So take that and keep that in your on your palm, or whatever place you want to keep that. So now let's move to the next. So survey and questionnaire. I'm going to be fast here because we already talked about all this. We are just coming back to recap and all that. But this is the empathize state where you do all this. So your first stage in your design thinking process is the empathize state, or stage, sorry. So survey and questionnaire. This is where you send out questions to a large group of users to gather data on their behavior, their preferences, and opinion. This helps us to get a wider view of what users think and how they act. Just like I did yesterday, I sent out a survey and I told you the purpose of this survey. So that's like the survey part. The interview part was what you did as your take home. The survey part was what I shared on the group. So you don't use Google form or Microsoft form or whatever form to do a qualitative or an interview. That is for survey and questionnaire. So let's please know the difference. It is very important. And this does not mean that you cannot use the two. That is, you cannot do quantitative and qualitative, or you cannot do survey and questionnaire or interview. You can actually combine them. You can decide to have, okay, let me share let me share questions to understand my user to a larger group. It can be anywhere. You can even share it on your social media. While an interview, you can just do, okay, you select few people that you want to talk to understand how they interact with this mobile app you want to build or what you want to design. So let's move to the next one. Now, observation. Observation involves watching users in their everyday setting, how they use the product. So for instance, like I said last class, you want to rebuild Kuda app, or you want to rebuild maybe UBA bank app. In observation, what you get to do, you get to, okay, maybe talk to people or have a set of people that actually use the app and watch how they use the app. You observe them, you see how they currently use the app, you see how they react to things. Maybe when they want to pay maybe when they want to pay money, maybe is it frustrating? Do they look happy? Do they look sad? Or do they look frustrated that, oh no, I don't think I want to use this app? So this is the stage where you observe them closely on how they use the app. And the truth is that sometimes, like I said, I use an app when I did like a course on university. It was Look Back? I can't look back.io or something. I can't really remember. I know it was Look Back, where I tend to put my app, the app I was working on, I put it on it, and different people, not even Nigerians, they were interacting with it. And I got to see, because it was a live video when the person was talking and interacting with the app, and I saw how the person was, the good part and the bad part, and from there I was able to update my design or modify my design based on such feedback. So it's important that when you are building your app, or when you want to redesign something or build something, it's important that you observe the current user of that app to know how they react to things, or how they react to that digital product you are trying to modify or build. So the next one, is empathy map, and this is going to be interesting because I'm going to be like putting you through, or we're going to do this together. Though I might not be able to see you guys one-on-one or talk, but I know that you are with me engaging the chat. So we're going to do this together as we go in this class. So let's go. Empathy map is a simple tool used during the first step of the design thinking process which is empathize. It helps you to understand what your user are experiencing by capturing their thoughts, their feelings, their actions, their words. That is, what do they say? How do they feel? What do they think at that moment? So it's like you categorizing, okay, this is what so my users are saying, this is their thoughts, this is what they think, this is how they feel, this is what they do actually currently on the app, this is what they are saying. So we kind of categorize that and during in the empathy map, we tend to categorize that to understand their thoughts, their feelings, their actions, and also their words. Okay, the next one. So why use an empathy map? Number one is for you to understand your user better. It helps you get inside the mind of your user and see things from their perspective. You are building for the user. You are not building for yourself. So an empathy map helps you to understand them better. It gives you a deeper insight. Like it's as if you are seeing what is on their mind, how they feel, what they are saying. And all this is from gathering your insight or data from them. You cannot just jump to empathy map because you are not doing, it's not you're not building the product for yourself. And before you get to this stage, you need to have maybe collected your data through interview or survey and questionnaire or observation. Then you come here to do your empathy map. So another reason why we use an empathy map, or why you can use an empathy map, or why you should use an empathy map, is to focus on real needs. Now, by mapping out what users say, what they do, what they feel, you can actually design solution to address their needs. So when you're able to categorize, okay, this is how my user feel, this is how my user think, this is what they do, this is what they say, you'll be able to give them a product that solves their problems, or the digital product that solves their problem or their frustration, or improve the product they are talking about, or they say that, oh, I feel that this security, or sometimes they can feel, I feel frustrated just navigating this app. Sometimes they can say that, I love that this app can do this, or they can say, I think I'm not sure if my privacy or my data on this app is safe. So it's very important. Empathy map is important. It helps you to focus on solving the problem, the actual problems of the user, not with your assumption or what you think. Okay, now we want to talk about the key parts of empathy map. Number one, I said say, think, do, and feel. So I'm going to explain it bit by bit and give you examples so that when you want to do your own, you understand better, and you're able to you will not need to have like a lot of questions about it. At least you have clarity on how it works. So now let's look at the say parts, which is what the users say, or what they say at that moment, or after you've gathered your data, the things they say based on your data. Don't forget that you have to gather data. You are not doing the empathy map based on your own assumption. You are gathering data first through interview, through survey and questionnaire, and through observation. So the phase, one of the parts of the empathy map is the say. So what does the user say out loud? This includes their direct quote or feedback. For example, they can say, I hate how long it takes to transfer money. Sometimes they can say, I hate how long, or I don't like I hate how I'm unable to send money quickly or send money ASAP. That kind of thing. So it's this is the part where the users give you feedback, a direct feedback, that this is how they don't like this. This is what they hate about this. Now the next state, I'm looking at all of you that are talking about assignments. Well done. Anyways, let's move on. So another state is part of the empathy map is the think. This is what are the user thinking. And you cannot gather, because you cannot enter the mind of the user, but it's because you've been able to gather data or insight. That's when you are able to know what they are thinking. So this, they might not say it out loud, but you are able to gather. They can say something like, I hope this app is secured. And they might not say it directly because it's like a thought. They can say something like, the security, or based on your survey or based on a questionnaire, you get to be able to pick and know that, oh, this is what the user is thinking at this moment. Maybe security, they are concerned about the security issue, they have security concern. So that's like their thoughts, what they think. It's not something that is loud, but it's very important for you to consider. And all this will be gathered through your insights from the users. Don't forget, from the users. Please and please stop talking about the poll. Let's move on. Let's move on from this poll thing. Please. Let's move on from LMS. Some people are coming back to watch this lecture, so it's very important that you don't distract them with the LMS thing, the assignment and all that. Don't worry, everything will be settled. But I told you already when I started this class about the poll that you don't need, if you are unable to participate when I did the poll, you don't need it. Don't worry, it's fine, because we are time conscious. So thank you. I'm not going to talk about this again, so it's very important. Exactly. For last Friday, they can say it's boring, something like that. So it depends on it. You get to get all those things from what they say. Okay. Next one is does. What action does the user take? This includes their behavior and interaction with the product. For example, they can constantly check their balance. Maybe that is what they do all the time. They constantly check their balance, or maybe they transfer all the time. That's what they do on the app. Another thing is feels. What emotions is the user experiencing? Understanding their feelings helps you to create a more relatable product, a product that is usable, that is useful, that is enjoyable, that is equitable. Very important. For example, maybe the user can be frustrated by slow processes, worried, and they can be worried about security. Now let's move to the next. Now, what are the steps? I know you might be thinking, okay, this empathy map that Folasade has been talking about, how do I create it? What are the steps for me to take to be able to create an empathy map after I have gathered my insight or my data from my users? Number one, the first step is to gather user insight. Like I said, you need to talk to users. You need to observe how they interact with your product or the product that you want to rebuild or you want to build, and collect their feedback through survey or interviews. You can see that survey and interview are two different things. One is quantitative and one is qualitative. So you gathering the user insight gives you like a real information about their experiences, about how frustrated they are, you get to know if they're enjoying the product or not. You get to know if the product is usable or not. You get to know if the product is useful or not. And this is all, you can only gather all this from gathering user insights. Another one is set up the empathy map. Now, right now in this class, you might not be able to work on FigJam because you don't even know what FigJam is, or you don't know what Figma or whatever tool is. But it's very simple, right? Right now, since we don't have hands-on design tool, I'm going to show you in this class as we go, but I'm going to also give you an assignment. So you don't need to. So sometimes you can use a digital tool, or sometimes you can use your board or a paper. I don't know if you know what sticky note is. So this is when you do like a cross. So you could draw like a big square, right, on a board or a digital tool. So let's not talk about digital tool right now because you don't even know what digital tool to use or what we are currently using. So let's say that you want to set up your empathy map. You draw like a big square on a board, or it could be a cross sign. Then you divide into 4 sessions. You know how to divide like this. You divide it. Then a part will say. So it's I would advise you do like if you are currently using your notes, you can do like a box, a square. That's a square on your paper. Then you do a cross sign inside. So when you do that, one part So that's 4 parts, right? One part will be say, another part will be things, another part will be does, another part will be feel. So you can now have outside that, inside that, or outside that, you can now have an extra session to now know, okay, their pain points and the goals. That's not compulsory, but you can have an extra session. But the main thing here is to divide it into 4 parts and talk about the say. What are the users saying? What do they think? What do they do? What do they feel? How do they feel? Right? So it's important. That's the second part. Set up the empathy map. The first is gather your user insight. The second is set up the empathy map. Okay, the third one is fill in the details. Add what you've learned to each session. What the users say, what do they think, what do they do, how do they feel, right? You write down their direct quote or action that you observe based on the insight you've gathered. This will make the user to make the user's needs and feelings clearer. To make it clearer, you'll be able to understand, okay, this is what they are saying at this time, based on my interaction or based on the insight I've gathered. This is what my users are saying. This is what they are doing. This is how they feel. This is what they think, right? That's the third one. The fourth one is, I'm not doing anything, no. I'm just saying it. So I'm saying you should do it like as I'm saying it, so that you understand, you are able to understand. Oh, I'm still going to show you how it looks. I'm just saying that we are not giving you access to a digital tool right now, because we've not even taught you what tool to use, right? So the first one is review and discuss. Now, after you've done all this, the 3 steps, you move to the fourth, which is to review and discuss. You go over the map with your team or with people you are working with. Then you talk about what it stands for, any pattern you see, or areas that you think that you need to explore or improve based on this feedback. So this is the part where you review and you discuss about it. Okay, so the next is apply what you've learned. Now, you do not use empathy map because of maybe, let me say I do it because Miss Folashade asked me to do it. Or Folashade, when she was teaching us then during the bootcamp, she asked me to do it and I have to do it. You need to apply what you've learned, because with all this, that you get to know what they think, you'll be able to improve the products that they are currently struggling with, or a product they are not enjoying. All this, you need to apply what you've learned. So you need to use your empathy map to design, or it will guide your design. So when we get to the part where we're going to do our low and high fidel, this thing will guide you on how to build your to start your design, or what to do in your design, or how to improve your users the user's experience using a digital product or the product you're trying to redesign. Yes, you can use Miro app. Yes. People are too intelligent. Well done. Miro app can be used as well, because in Miro app you have sticky notes all around that you can use and divide it. There's even templates on Miro app. There's a template, but we are in this class, or in this, we are going to be using FigJam since it's on Figma. So let's move to the next. Now let's get practical. We'll be using the survey and questionnaire method. Also, we'll create an empathy map. So let's make it practical. In this challenge, we will design a mobile banking app focused on facilitating smooth and efficient financial transactions. Our task is to create an app that makes it easy for users to perform various financial tasks, such as 1, transferring money, paying bills, and checking account balances. So this is like a banking mobile app that we want to work on. So let's move. So the overview in this task, the first thing we're going to do, that is we're going to use survey and questionnaire to gather feedback, valuable feedback from users, right? To help design a user-friendly mobile banking app and also create an empathy map. Our goal is to understand user needs. The goal of this is to understand the needs of the user, their preferences and pain points, and then we apply this insight to create an app that meets their expectation. I'm going to say it again. You are not designing for yourself. You are designing for a set of people or a set of users. So now let's get started. So this is where the case study will be done. You might want to screenshot it so that later you get to go back to see it. And if you are unable to sign up, because some of you might not know how to sign up, don't worry. Don't let us talk about it and say, "Ma, I'm unable to sign up." I'm going to show you how it works, but I'm not going to teach you how to sign up or anything. If you're able to do that on your own, that's fine. And if you're not able, please don't talk about it. It's just for us to see how it works, right? Sorry, please. Okay, so let me share my screen. If you can see my screen, let me know. But hold on, I've not shared it. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Okay. Can you hear me as well? Can you see my screen and can you hear me? Okay, okay. So now, based on that, right, we've created like a survey where you are not doing this. This is like a class practical, like we are doing it together. So let's say that we have created a survey based on that challenge that I just read, right? So let's say this is LITA UX workshop survey, and this is the survey. If you remember that this is the survey I shared with you guys yesterday or last night. So I put, okay, thank you for taking the time to fill this survey. The aim of this survey is to gather feedback from users about their experiences with mobile banking app in Nigeria. We want to understand their needs, their preferences, and challenge to design a more user-friendly and effective mobile banking. This will help us create features and improvements that will enhance user satisfaction and address common pain points. Now, this survey is not supposed to take you less than 5 to 10 minutes. You have to state it there anyways if you want to. So now let's look at it. So now let's look at the responses. Now, the first one is, what is your age range? If you look at this, you can see that, because we are trying to analyze now, right? We can see that 19.8% are they are under 31 to 40 years. Let's start with this thing, this color, or this mark. So let's start with below 18. So below 18 represent the blue mark. So based on the data collected, these are my users. I have responses from 108 users, right? Can you see it now? What about now? Can you see it now? Okay, so we have 3.7% for below 18. Now, for 18 to 25, we have 41.4%. That's 46 people. We have, yes, Olamide, you're right. Yes, something like that. So for between 26 to 30 years, we have 24.1%. That's 27 people. Then for 31 to 40, we have 21%. So you can see that we've gathered data. So that because we are not designing for just one person. We are designing for people in Nigeria, right? And we're able to get responses from different people in this category. People that can actually use an app. 18, below 18, 18 to 20. So you can see that this is our target audience. We are building for people in Nigeria, and we've been able to collect data from this set of people, right? So another one, you can see there's not even, I asked, are you a Nigerian? We have everybody that responded to this survey says they are Nigerians. So look at it. Now let's move to the next, which is, how often do you use mobile banking apps. Some people say they use weekly, some say they use it daily, some say they use it. So if you can look at 56.3% of my 119 people or 119 users actually use mobile banking app daily. Can you see that? Now 36.1% they use banking app weekly. Another one is 3.4%. 3.4% use the mobile banking app monthly. Now, just 4.2% actually use mobile banking app. They use it rarely, right? So now let's move to the next one, which is which feature do you use most frequently in your current mobile app? Select all that applies. Now look at it. Can you see that transfer money is the highest? If you look at it, it has 110 count, which is 92.4%. This is one of the features they use. The most used feature on mobile banking app based on this data is what? Transfer money. The next one, based on my data here, I don't know why this, sorry, I need to zoom out because it's going back. So another thing I noticed here is the next thing after that is checking account balance. So you see that you do not assume. For me, in my own head, I would think that the more people actually transfer. Based on my own assumption, I would think that more people actually do transfer. I will not even rate checking account balance. I will not even rate it. Maybe I'll put it like the last list. So that's why it's very important that you gather data from people. You do not assume. You do not think that, oh, this is what they use frequently, or this is how they do this frequently. You need to actually work with actual users, people that actually use the app, and know and get and gather insights from them. Now let's move to the next. So we have checking account balance, we have paying bills, view transaction. Now look at it, buying a recharge card or buying airtime, buying data and cards. So these are like people's responses, other people, what they do. Buying of recharge cards is the same as buying airtime. Buying data and cards. I don't know why mine is going back. Some say both transfer and transaction is still the same. This is like the others part. But the main thing here is transfer money, they pay bill, they view transaction history, and they check their account balance. So another thing. So next one is, let's analyze this. Please, can you see my screen now? It might be your network. So sorry about that. So what challenges or frustration do you face when using your current mobile banking app? So look at another thing. Some say that it is hard to navigate. Now, a larger percent of these users say that the mobile app is slow to load. Can you see that? This is why you cannot make assumptions. You have to do the actual work. You have to interact with your user. You have to gather information from them, because at the end of the day, you're not the one that is using the product. Even eventually you get to use it, right? We have other people that will use the product as well. So that is very important that we gather data to be able to build the actual thing, and not build something that will not be usable at the end of the day, or build something that will not be useful at the end of the day. This is why we are doing all this. So it is very important that when we get to the part where you need to do a real project, all these things you have to do them to build the right thing for your user, and not build based on your assumptions. So another thing is security concerns. Some people say their own frustration or challenge based on the mobile app that we are using is security concerns. Some people say not enough features. Some people say poor customer support, and some people actually described what their own challenges are. Some people say can't access without data. So someone is saying now that you should be able to access your banking mobile app based on you should be able to access it without data. Okay, let's see how it works. Let's move. Having multiple transactions, network delay, network issue, At times their system is slow. I don't have one. Network glitches, freezing, poor network. Okay, now let's move. Another question is, what design aspects are most important to you in a mobile banking app? Choose your best 3 options. Now, 80.6% chose easy to use. Do you see how design work? Like, it has to be easy to use. You cannot design something that, because this actually speaks about what a good UX or what a good digital product should entail. You get to know this is it. Your responses is here. We have 124 people. Can you see it here? This is the responses. This is the number of people that responded to your data, to your survey. So do you get that? So based on this survey, this Google form broke it down and say out of so let's say it's out of 125 responses, 101 users would love easy to use. That is, they would love the mobile app banking app to be easy to use. Now let's look at another one. Fast transaction. They want something swift. They don't want unnecessary thing. They just want to get to their goal, which is to make payments and just move, or to buy data, or to pay bills and just move forward. You can see that. You can see what users, they love good things. They want that their mobile banking app is easy to use. And that is one of the frustrations they are facing. And they are telling you what they want. They want it to be easy to use. They want it to be what? To have fast transaction. That is, be able to do what? Seamless. Something fast. Like they are able to do what they need to do fast without no unnecessary things on the app. So another thing is strong security. Some people are scared that, is my private data, is it safe? Is it not safe? Will my money be taken or not? So all those things are their concern and what they want to improve on this app. So you see that you're already gathering it. Okay, that means that when you are building your app, you get to know, okay, that this app I'm building right now, or I want to rebuild, must be easy to use. It must look good. That is because that is what will even draw them to your UI. Will be what would actually draw them to go deeper. When they see, oh, this thing looks beautiful, they want to know, okay, what does this thing entail? How does it work? And that's how they go and they go. So another thing is that they want it to be customizable. They want it to fit like for their needs. Some people just want to see dashboard. They want it that they can play around the mobile app. Some mobile app, online banking or banking mobile app currently offer that this feature, right? But you might want to also put it in your own design. But we are still going to get there anyways. Now let's look at it. How important are security features to you in a banking app? Can you see that we have a larger percent? Someone says we have 105 out of 125 people. You see that you have to put, that's like you have to prioritize these security features. You have to put it in a way that it works. Do you get that? So it's very important you take note of insight that you gather from your user. And you don't just end, it's not going to end here. We're going to move to another thing. So you are going to understand what I mean by that. So how important is it to have quick access to customer support within the app? 90 people says that it is easy. Why would you like personalized would you like personalized tips or alerts based on your spending? That is how you are spending money. Would you like tips or maybe alert that, oh, you are spending money, or maybe they give you insight on how to save your money, or maybe tips generally to help you save better? You can see that 80.8% says yes, while 19.2% says no. Do you get? Maybe for you as a designer, you can say, no, I don't want personality, but your user actually wants it. And like I said, you're not building for yourself, you're building your user. So all this will help you to build something that is useful, that is usable, usable, that's enjoyable, and that is what equitable. Someone says, no, it's my money. Okay. How easy is it for you to find what you need in your current mobile banking app? Someone says, very difficult. Someone says, not difficult. Someone says, extremely difficult. Are there any feature? Now this is now when you get to it, because you've given them questions based on what you currently know, or based on what you currently see in the existing mobile app. Now you ask them, what do you think Someone says I don't need to be reminded that when I'm going broke. Okay. That's fine. So you look at it. Are there any additional feature you wish to add? Aside all this that we have asked, aside all this question I have asked, are there additional feature you wish to add? Some people says no. Let me say no. Okay, someone says customization. Someone says instant chat with customer support. I won't take everything, but let's just pick some things. Paying bills is complicated. It can be difficult to access. Someone says when purchasing airtime for other number, I think you should also show the name, just as when they do with money. Can you see that that's another feature? I'm not sure that feature will work right now on this thing. So you can see that based on this survey, we are able to see how some users want some product to be improved. Let's quickly move to the next, because we're going on break shortly, very soon. You can see a lot here. Do you have any other thought or suggestion about what will make a great mobile banking app? Someone says a way you can plan your budget for the month and how you intend to spend each of it. Can you see that we are getting actual feedback, because we are talking to actual users, we are not talking to dummies. These are the people we want to build for. So it's important. I'm going to be rushing this part now. So yes. So what do you think about survey? I want you to drop it on the. Do you think it's very important in your design thinking process, or in your design, in making design decisions, or designing something that is useful for? What do you think? I want you to write it. What do you think about it? So now let's go back to. Yes. So let's go back to our slide. Okay. Now I'm going to. So I'm going to be showing you the empathy map. So after we've gathered all this, right, we want to now do like our empathy map. So I'm going to be sharing my screen now. Okay, I'm going to be sharing my screen now. So let me know when you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, let me know. Thankfully, all these templates are available on. So I'm currently using FigJam. Please don't go and stress yourself and go and be looking for FigJam up and down. We're going to still get to that part where we teach you how to actually use these tools. But it's important that I show you how this thing works. Right? Very important. Now on FigJam, I'm sorry, not FigJam. Yeah, FigJam, there's a template for empathy map currently. Some people are students. It is ladies. You guys have, I'm seeing some people on my project, but it's nice. I like that. You are showing one of the skill set of a product designer, which is curiosity. Some of you are already curious that how does it work? It's fine. Anyways, so there's a template. I took the template from FigJam. So this template shows you how to use the empathy map. So based on the data that we have gathered, we now like summarize it using a personal information. That is somebody, we tend to use somebody, an actual person, right? A typical example of those users. So let's pick one example now. It says Ebun Adeleke is a marketing manager. Her age is 25 years old. She's a tech savviness. That is how good is she with tech things, or maybe mobile app or whatever. Moderate. Now financial activity. What does she do on the banking mobile app, right? FigJam is on Figma. That's why I say you should not bother. Don't bother. Don't stress yourself. I'm just showing you something. Don't stress yourself. Okay, let's quickly do this because we are going on break in the next 3 minutes, please. Okay, so about Ebun. Ebun represents a typical busy professional who needs a reliable, easy to use mobile banking app that fits seamlessly into our fast-paced lifestyle. Now let's go to the empathy map itself. Can you see the empathy map? That it has the say session, it has the think session, it has the dot session, and the feels. Now, based on the insight gather, I got to know that some people need to transfer money. That is what they say. is I need to transfer money without any hassle, that is without any trouble. All of it, I'm seeing somebody on my, please don't edit anything on my board. Don't edit anything. Just be looking at it, be viewing it. Thank you. Okay, let me make it bolder. So the next one is, someone is saying that I get worried about the security of transactions. Another says that, why does it take time to find my transaction history? So it's based on what we have gathered in that data. We are now trying to analyze on the empathy map, right? You get to say, you get to see what the users are saying. Now think, I hope my personal and financial information is safe on this app. That's what somebody is thinking. Don't edit. This app should make my life easier, not harder. That's someone feeling based on the insights we've gathered. I wish everything I need was more accessible. They want the features. And that's when somebody came up with, like I said in my last class, quick actions. Somebody just wants to make payment, that's all. Somebody just wants to buy data, and you're able to personalize that based on the user's feedback. This person that is asking me, how do we create a survey? It was the person in the last class. You need to go back and watch the last class. Thank you. So does transfer money, what they do or what they want to do is transfer money every day to different accounts. They want to check our account balance multiple times to ensure everything is in order. Another thing is avoid using certain features because they seem too complicated. Now, how do they feel? She feels frustrated when it takes too long to complete simple tasks. Can you see the issues that you are going to try to solve for this user or the users? Another user says that she feels anxious about the safety of our financial data and accuracy of our transactions. Another person says that she feels annoyed when she can't quickly find important information like our transaction history. Another person says she feels good when a transaction goes through smoothly without errors, that everything goes well. You can see how they feel the pain and they feel happy about it. They feel it is to them, they feel that, oh wow, this works. I like that this is working and this one doesn't work. And this is how you gather all this. So I had to just take three. I had to just pick three because of time. 3. So yours might be more than that, but you have to. That's why you have to do proper. You have to take proper note of the survey. You have to look at it and gather it. You might not just. You can just look at it and pick and pick. The funniest thing that you might even have when doing that, you might even have the same, but you still pick it and say, oh, this is it, and later we categorize them. We're going to get to that stage, right? Okay, let's go back to. So let's go back to our slide. Yes, I just pick certain things. I just pick little things from the survey. I didn't like talk about everything because you know that I have like over 100 and I have over 100 responses. So please, right now we're going to go on break. You can drop your questions. We're going to go on break. Thank you very much. We'll see you very soon. Bye.
The world of technology is constantly evolving, which means there's always an opportunity to learn and grow.
My name is Oyebode Esther. I studied religious studies at the University of Ibadan.
My name is Ifeoluwa. I studied cell biology and genetics in the University of Lagos, after which I got a job working in the bank.
My name is Regina Taiwo. You wouldn't believe I studied architecture in school.
I knew there was more, so I decided to take a leap. Currently, I am a product designer and a product manager.
I'm currently a motion graphics designer.
Presently, I am a data scientist and an AWS cloud engineer.
I understand that being a lady is not a disadvantage, so I embrace tech.
And I am thriving as a Texas.
And I am thriving as a Texas.
Now I can say I'm a thriving Texas.
Are you ready to break new ground and join the world of tech? The Ladies in Tech Africa initiative is a commemorative bootcamp in honor of our visionary, Pastor Mrs. Folu Adeboye, as we join her in thanking God for her 76th birthday celebration. This program is designed to help you make your career shift a reality. Registration is open and you can register via the link on your screen right now.
The world of technology is constantly evolving, which means there's always an opportunity to learn and grow.
My name is Oyebode S. I studied religious studies at the University of Ibadan.
My name is Ifeoluwa. I studied cell biology and genetics in the University of Lagos. I got a job working in the bank.
My name is
Regina Tyrell.
You wouldn't
believe I studied architecture in school.
I knew there was
more, so I decided to take a leap. Currently, I am a product designer and a product manager. From motion graphic designer.
Presently, I am a data science and AWS engineer.
I understand that being a lady is not a disadvantage, so I am great.
And I am thriving.
And I am thriving as a tech. Now I can say I'm a thriving tech.
Are you ready to break new ground and join the world of the tech? Ladies in Tech Africa Initiative is a commemorative bootcamp in honor of Archbishop Pastor Mrs. Oluwadebumi as we join her in thanking God for her 76th birthday celebration. This program is designed to help you make your career shift a reality. Registration is open and you can register via the link on your screen right now.
Hi, I'm back. I hope you've taken water. I hope you've taken a lot of water because we are going to the next one, which is the define face. Okay. So let me quickly take some questions. So someone says that for observation, that is looking at observing people when they use a particular product or a digital product, is it a known person or a random person? Now, as far as the person actually uses the app or is familiar with the app, let me use that word. So for instance, I'm echoing. Really? Please confirm if I'm echoing any other person. So empathy mapping does not, we are not stopping at empathy mapping. We are moving. We are trying to look at how to do user research through design thinking processes or process. So empathy map is not the last. Yeah, that's why I said it's because there are some questions here that you guys you've already asked questions ahead of the class. There are some things that we're going to treat later. You're already asking the question. So don't worry, just sit down and make sure that you understand. Okay, thank you very much. And make sure that you understand all this. So that's why we're taking it step by step. We're not just going and say, oh yeah, let's do this, let's do that. We're trying to make you understand the things you have to do during the first phase, which is the empathize phase. Okay, what are the things I need to do? Oh, I need to do survey, questionnaire. I need to do interview. I need to observe people, how they use the app. Okay, I need to do my empathy map to know how do people think, what do they say, what do they do, how do they feel. So it's very important. Going to take the survey online. It's online. You don't need to be there when people are taking survey. That's why it's a survey. You just make sure you put the question and ask the right questions and send it to people. You can even send it to put it on your social media, and you have different people. How did I get responses? I dropped it on the group, and a lot of people responded. I sent to some other people, and they responded. So it's very important, right? Okay, so let's quickly move to the next. So it's going to get to a stage where we're going to like prioritize things or do like heart sorting to get to see, okay, a lot of people, because you are likely to get the same responses. For instance, if you look at the data or the survey, you will see that a lot of people actually said transferring money. That's one, right? So there's a part where you're going to now categorize their responses. And we will now get to a part again where you're going to now prioritize that, okay, based on my users or based on the insight I have gathered, these are the things, features that we are going to face. So you're not going to assume and say, okay, I want to, this is the feature I want to build, or this is what I want to do, right? So you are going to get to that state, and that's why we are in this state now. So in the first state, we have been able to do our survey or interview, and we've been able to do our empathy map, right? To know how they feel, how users feel, what they do, what they think, and what they say. So now let's move to the defined state or phase. So you can see that this is the second stage. After empathize, learning about your audience, knowing about your audience, you now get to what? Construct point of view based on user needs. So let's move. What is the defined space, and what are the techniques used in this space? So if you have an answer to, you can just drop it. I would not have to wait. I'll just move. Don't forget, empathy mapping is not the final. It's not the final. We are moving. It's not the final. Don't forget that. It's one of the tools we are using. Okay. So in the first phase, in this phase, you will use the insight gathered from the empathize phase to understand. Can you see that we've moved from empathize? Now we are now in the defined state. This is when you use the gathered insights from your users to understand and articulate the user's needs and problem. You will create, and this is the state where you will now create a problem statement, and you will highlight the needs that need to be addressed. You get to know, okay, this is the response, this is their frustration, this is what they are facing and all that. Then you now get to have a clear problem statement that, okay, based on this the empathy state, many people are unable, have issues with navigations, or they are unable to use the transfer app, or they want, so it's based on what you've gathered. That's why I said you don't assume. It's based on what you've gathered. You now get to see that, okay, you get to create your problem statement. Now let's look at how to create a problem statement. Let's move. Must we do this survey before designing, or after we have designed and want to test or launch it? It's empathize is that's the first stage of your design process. If you want to follow your design process, you need to do your survey first to gather data. Even if you want to do a redesigning of a product, you need to actually ask questions from people that are actually using the product or that have used the product. Okay, problem statement template. Username, that is the person's name, is a user characteristics who needs so like this needs because of this insight. So let's move so that you understand better. This is just like a template for you to understand. Now, in this defined phase, you are trying to figure out what are the user's needs, their actual needs. What do users need to achieve or improve in their experiences with the product? You already saw that, okay, this is what they do in products. This is what they want in extra features that they want in this product you are building, or they want in mobile apps or online banking apps, basically. So you get to see this phase. You now get to see what are their needs. What do they need to achieve or improve? Now, what are their problems? This is where you now get to what are the specific issues? What are those things? Be specific. What are those specific things or obstacles they are currently facing? Okay, what are their challenges? What difficulties are users encountering that prevents them from meeting their needs effectively? I just want to make payment, or the user just want to make payments. This stage, you now get to know what are their challenges, what are those things they are the issue with that they want to transfer, they want to make payment. What is that issue that is stopping them from reaching that goal? So it's very important. The next one, what insights can we use from the empathize phase? This is how can the observation and feedback collected earlier help us to understand? You know, I said that empathize phase is just the first stage. It's not the end. It's not the end. It's like the beginning. You are just starting. You are just getting started in designing your products or redesigning whatever product. You know that last class you chose a product that you feel that, oh, it could be better. So now you as a product designer or incoming global product designer, you now get to empathize. That is, you get to do your survey based on that product. You get to see, how do people use this product? That's from observation. You get to interview people one-on-one. Okay, based on this product, what do you think? What are your frustrations? What do you like best about this product? What can be improved? Do you get? So that is when we now move to this state to now understand better and make it more structured. So the next thing is the common methods and techniques. Now, we've talked about the defined phase. What does the defined phase look like? Now, we need to now know the methods we can use for this state or this phase. So one is problem statement. So I would say that problem statement is a clear, or these are clear and simple description of what users need and the issue they face that needs to be fixed. 100% based on our survey, and 99% of users state that they are unable to transfer money effectively, or they are unable to make payments, or they are unable to have access to features that they want, or they want to do this, they want to do that. You can see that from the insights we've gathered, we're able to give a clear and simple description of what their user need is. So put it in your mind or your note that problem statement is a clear and simple description of what the users need and the issue they are facing that needs to be fixed. So it doesn't stop with what they are currently facing. It now continues to the thing that after you've seen the needs and issues that they are facing, you now get to the place where those things needs to be fixed. So it's like a simple description of their problems and what is needed to be fixed. Okay. For example, let's say Ebun. Ebun is a busy professional who needs a more streamlined way to manage her finances on the go, because she often finds her current mobile banking app, the mobile app she's currently using, confusing. Can you see her pains or her frustration? She finds that the current mobile banking app, or the current mobile banking app is confusing to her. It's time consuming. It's not fast enough. If you remember that in that survey I showed you, some people said they want a seamless transaction. They want something fast, right? Now, Ebun's frustration is that the mobile app or the mobile banking app is what? It's confusing. It's time consuming. It leads, and with all this, she's already feeling frustrated. That's an example, right, of a problem statement. Now let's go to the user personals. So this is where we create detailed profile. So after we've created so it's like you've done your survey, you've done your survey or questionnaire, you've done your interview, you've observed your user, you've done your empathy map. Then you go to the state where you now, based on your insight and all that, you tend to give like a description of your user needs and what needs to be fixed, right? Now you now come to the user personals. So this is where you create detailed profiles of typical users based on the information we have gathered. Now, this does not mean that you have to do this personnel imagine you have to do personnel for 120 people. No, you can't. You can't do that. You have to now categorize them. Okay, this user is so person. So you tend to create like a typical user based on the information we've gathered. Some people they want to be able to do they want to be able to transfer money. Some people, they want to be able to have seamless transactions. Some people want personalized features. Some people you can take maybe max, you can create 2 or 3. But if you are doing your case study, when we get to that part, most times for my own portfolio just have 2 based on each digital product I have worked on, basically. But this is just for you to understand, just like this, to give like a visual representation of the people you're actually solving problem for, right? So I would say that user personals is where we create detailed profiles or typical users based on information we have gathered earlier. These personnel help us to understand and visualize who the product or service is meant for, making it easy to design with their needs in mind. Don't worry, we are still going to go details into this. Now, let's look at an example of a user personnel. This is it. You can see the name of the person, the age. So let's say that we are this person is Ebun Adeyeju or Ebun Adeyemi. This person is a digital marketer. Let's say this person she's 25 years of age. Our occupation is digital marketing. Our location is Lagos, Nigeria. Then more information based on the users, right? Then you give like a bio that maybe Ebun is a digital marketer who loves to pay for ads and all that. She's looking for a mobile banking app that she can use to automate our transactions and all that. So you can see that you're able to give like a description of who a personnel is. You're just giving like a sample of your user. You're just giving a sample. It's like a sample, right? A sample, just a sample of the insights you have gathered. Okay, don't worry, we are going to still do it one after the other. Let's just talk about this. So storyboarding. Sometimes I don't. For me, it's not this. This is not like compulsory, but just for you to have like. So it's different from personnels, right? It's like you creating a visual representation of how they currently use the mobile app or the mobile banking app, or you can't see what exactly. Please let me know what you can't see. Specify what you can't see. Is it that you cannot see my screen, or what exactly can't you see? So this another phase in the design phase is storyboarding. This method involves creating visual scenarios or storyboards that show how user might interact with a product or service. It helps team visualize the user journey, including their experiences, their challenges through storytelling. This actually is not important. Like I'm not saying it's not important, but it's not something that you have to worry yourself a lot about. It's just for you to have like a visual representation of the journey in use. For instance, if they are using a mobile app, for instance, if a user is using Kuda app, you now tend to visualize it. Okay, from the point where they sign up to the point where they were able to add money, to the point where they were able to transfer money, to the point where they were able to maybe when they want to transfer money, they are able to enter the account. Sorry, select the bank the bank that they want to send money to, then enter the account number. Then when you enter your account number, it populates the person's name or the beneficiary's name. Then from there, you enter the amount. Then it can ask you for a description. Sometimes, I think for Kuda, it's important that you put a description. But for some other bank, maybe like Access Bank, it's not compulsory. Or maybe Wema Bank, it's not compulsory. But there are some apps that will say, okay, put your description. So all that flow from where they add, they click on send money to where they select the bank, then they select the bank, they enter account number, like that. It gets to their last stage. Then from there, you're able to visualize or see how what their experience was like, right? You are also able to see that was it easy for them to navigate from one point to another, right? But all this storyboard is just like telling a story of their experience using the app. Yes, exactly. Gemma, thank you. Exactly. Thank you. All right. You can see an example of story this thing. You don't need to go and download this thing. It's on when we start using FigJam. It's on FigJam. All these templates I'm showing you, they're on FigJam. They are even on Miro. So you don't need to stress yourself and say, how do I download storyboarding template, or how do I download empathy mapping templates? Everything is on FigJam. When we get to that part, we're still going to teach you design tools that we'll be using and all that, but it's just for you to show you like a sample of how things work, because at the end of the day, it's very important that everything you're being taught here, you are able to do it. You're not just learning, because you have to actually do it. So thank you. Now let's go to the next one. The next one is card sorting and priority matrix. So when you have, let's go from the beginning again. You've done your survey or your interview. You've observed your user. You've done your empathy map. Now you've written your problem statement. You've written it. Your what's the next one? your user personnel, then storyboarding, optional. If you want to, it's fine. Optional. If you want to, if you decide that you want to draw or you want to draw the experience, it's fine for you, right? Then you will now come to the card sorting, and this is where we now begin to organize and group the features based on how our users they think about how they think really. So if you remember that I was trying to say that you might likely have the same responses. Yes, you might want to draw. You just, that's why can you see a sample of it? Can you see that they drew something? So that's why I say it's not compulsory. Me, I don't even do this. I just do like instead of this, for instance, if I want to do something like this, I just like take the digital app, maybe do like a screenshot, then put it on my board, then arrange it. Okay, this point, this is the home screen. From the home or the splash screen, it takes you to login. From login like that, I just put the actual screen, right? I don't know how to draw, so that's why I said it's optional. But you can, maybe your own, you can do like a storytelling and do, okay, you can put like the screenshots from the app or the mobile app on a screen. All right. Now, card sorting. This helps us to figure out how to organize and group features based on how users think about and categorize the information. So we have gathered all these insights. Now we want to categorize. So if you look at some people want they want to be able to move from one place to the another easily. Some people want seamless transactions. Some people want to be able to transfer money. Some people want, so you look at all those their responses and group them. Some they are concerned about security or privacy issue. You can say that is under security. So you group them based on their what they think about, what their needs, their responses, right? They're still going to get there, but I just want you to understand. Please, if you are following me, can you say yes? I am following you. I want to be sure that we are not lost. That I am not lost. It's very important because this thing you are going to actually do them in your work, in even during this bootcamp. We are going to do it. So it's very important. You need to understand it. We need to understand it. We don't need to, we are not just looking at it and see, oh, what Folashade is doing. When she's done, that's all. You are going to do your own as well. So it's very important that you take you pay close attention to what we are doing here, right? Because even in the real world, after this bootcamp, we are launching you out, right? You are going to do all these things. So, okay, thank you very much. All right, thank you. So now look at card sorting. If you have right now, because we are not giving access to digital tool right now, even the assignment I'm giving, I'm not using digital tool, right? If you have sticky notes, I used to have it in the house, but I'm not sure I still have it. Sticky notes. Sometimes I use sticky notes to just maybe on my sketch or my on my jotter, just write something there and put it. Or when I'm doing brainstorming session, right? You just brainstorm. Okay, this is it. Or sometimes you can even use it to do your task. You want to write your task or something, and like that. We're going to get there, but this is like a sample of how card sorting looks like. Now, the next one is priority matrix. These tools help us to decide which features or tasks to focus on. You cannot do everything. Imagine that you have a timeline to work on certain features, right? You need to get to the point where you prioritize based on the insights you've gathered. For instance, if you look at it, it's just I can't go back to this survey right now. If you look at it, right? Sorry about that, Esther. So you can go back to watch the video, right? Thank God for technology. You can always go back to watch the video. So if you look at it, okay, this is it. This is what my users have said. This is it. You now look at it. Which one is the most, like, based on categorizing everything, which one do you think you prioritize? And that's from the responses you've gathered. You will see that a lot of people want security. Maybe security is the highest. That's your first priority. You need to put your priority on security concerns. Maybe some people, they just say they want to be able to customize or personalize the features. That is like the second one. Maybe that is the second one. Let's assume that is the second, because we are going to do like this priority matrix. We are going to see how it works as well. I've done it on the board. So we are still going to go back and see how it works, right? So I would say that the priority matrix is a tool that helps us as designers to decide, or even the team. No, with cast sorting, you are categorizing your the features that you want to work on. But priority matrix is now to know which one to work on first. Like, you just like a scale of preference. Oh, this is my toppest. From then the next, then the next, then the next. Do you get that? And if you get that, just say yes. Okay. Okay, thank you. So priority matrix is a tool that helps us decide which stats and features to focus on by considering users' needs and project goals, making it easy to allocate resources and set priority. You need to set priority, which of the products, which of the scale of preference, okay, let me list out. Maybe people want to be able to transfer money, for instance. They want security preferences, they want personalized features, they want to be able to save or get save their money, they want to get personalized tips, right? Now, based on the data we've collected, maybe we saw that 91% actually want transfer money. All right, that is the priority. We have to place priority on that first, then like that, based on the data, right? So it's very important. Someone said she asked Anne, Anne, you have not answered me. Let me know. And if you are not clear, we can always talk on the Teams and Telegram. That's why the Telegram is there, to know how to work together, right? Our goal is to make sure that you understand this thing, not just to rush or to just go or to just do the curriculum and that's all. We want you to actually understand. So now, look at this is how a priority matrix. You can see that it's different from card sorting. Can you see that it's different? So this is a priority matrix. Oh, okay, thank you. Oh no, what's going on? Okay, now look at this priority matrix. You can see it shows import, like it's also like the way we did our empathy map, which is like the cross and all. So that one has the say, feel, do, and feel. But this one, priority matrix, is now. Can you see? I don't. Let me zoom my screen if you can see it well. We should be able to see it well. Important, urgent, not important. So we are categorizing. Do it now. Like, oh, we need to work on security. Security preferences or security. Some people have security concern. That's like the highest feature that we need to work on. We need to do it now. Now, after that, what's next? Do it next. Oh, why is my screen going to do it next? I don't know why my screen is going back. Okay. Now, do it when time permits. That is when you, if you still have time. Oh, why is my screen going back? Oh, no, now. Maybe I shouldn't touch. What's going on? Why is my screen going back? Please, if you can, just take a screenshot of this prioritization matrix. I don't know why my screen is going back. Yes. Okay, so after the part that is important, which is do it now. Priority. See, just know the word priority. Priority. Scale of preference. Priority, like the things I need to focus on now. Right? Okay. So the next thing is, okay, let's say do it now. Maybe we need to work on transfer. We need to work on security concerns. We need to work on personalized tips for people that would like to save. That's like the first thing that we need to do based on what we've gathered, right? Now the next thing is, okay, let's see, maybe we need to work on this. We need to work on this feature. We need to work on that feature, right? The next one is, we now see, okay, if time permits us, we can actually focus on this feature. This is you working with your team, or maybe working with your group of designers to know the features to work on, especially if you are working as maybe you are using an agile method, an agile kind of system where you work, or maybe you work 2 weeks, maybe you give feedback based on 2 weeks after and all that. So you can prioritize. It's not like you're not going to work on the app. It's just for you to prioritize things, to know, okay, what are the things I need to work on? There are some organizations, you need to tell me what's not clear. So I need to know what's not clear so that I'll be able to explain better. What's not clear? Don't just put it's not clear. Please put what's not clear. And that's why we have the Telegram group to further discuss. Right? Tell me what's not clear about prioritization matrix. Prioritization matrix is to focus on the thing, like a scale of preference, to pick what to work on first, then before you move to the next and the next. And if there's still time, you can work on this. It's just prioritizing things that you need to work on. Is it that it's not clear, that you do not understand what I'm saying, or it's not clear looking at it? I need to be sure. Okay. You know what? Maybe I would drop the design on the Telegram group if you are there, because you are saying it's not clear, that you cannot see it very well. The diagram is not clear. Oh, sorry about that. I think it's you need to change the resolution on your. So you guys were scared. I thought you said you don't understand what I'm saying. Oh, sorry about that. Let me see. I'm not sure it's from my hand, because this has been what. But have you been seeing what I have been showing you? So maybe we are going to. Okay, you know what? After this class, just try to download priority matrix, or I will share a link. Then you will be able to download it. Yeah. Thank you. Don't worry. Let's continue, please. Sorry about that. Or you might want to check your resolution or something. Oh, thank you, Omotolani. Someone says it's clear. I'm so sorry. If I'm zooming, it's affecting it. It's going back. So that's why I decided not to zoom again. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so let's move to the next. So in today's class, let's go do the actual work. So in today's class, we're going to be talking about we're going to be like practicalizing on the problem statement, the user personnel. Oh my God, our time is fast spent. In today's class, we're going to be talking about the problem statement, user personnel, cat sorting, and priority or prioritization matrix. You might see it like that. So you can check Google prioritization matrix or priority matrix method. So let's quickly go. So the goal of this project is to develop a mobile banking app that is intuitive, efficient, and enjoyable for users. By using survey and questionnaire, I will gather data on what users want and they need, and that's what I have done that already, and use this information to guide my design process. Now, let's develop a clear problem statement that outlines the main issue users face with current mobile banking app for financial transactions and what they need from the new app. Now, let's look at the problem statement. Now, based on that, we're able to draw this problem statement and say that many people find current mobile banking app frustrating to use because they are complicated, they are slow, and they don't always feel secure. Users often, so you can see that I'm gathering this problem statement. I'm giving in the beginning, I'm giving like a template, right? So I'm now gathering this problem statement based on my users' needs, based on the insight I have gathered from them, right? So users often struggle to complete simple tasks like transferring money or paying bills due to confusing interface and unreliable performance. Now, user needs a mobile banking app that is simple. This is their need. Simple, fast, and secure, allowing them to manage their finances with confidence and ease. Now, you need to take note of all this, because if you are given a real life, if you are given a case study to work on, all these are very important. You need to draw, after you've done your, you need to draw out your problem statement, right? So now let's move. Let's create a detailed user personnel based on our research data. These personnels should represent the different types of user who will use the app for financial transaction, including their goals, their frustrations, and preferences. So let's move. Let's see, Nkechi Okafo, that's like we are using as our personnel, right? The age, the occupation, our location. Our goal is to what? Our goals is quick and easy financial transaction, secure banking, and budgeting assistance. Sorry about the network. You can come back to watch. The frustrations: slow app performance, complicated navigation, and lack of personalization. You can work alone as a designer, as far as you, what I mean alone does not mean that if you mean alone, that is as a designer, like on a project, because on a project you have designers, you have project managers or product managers, and like that. You have to work with a cross-functional team. But if you are saying that you working to be the only designer on the team, it's possible, yes. Now, frustration, slow app performance, complicated navigation, and lack of personalization. The need is a user-friendly, fast, and secure app with customizable features. Let's quickly look at another thing. Now, cart sorting and impact prioritization. Identify and prioritize the key features needed for financial transaction, such as money transfer, bill payment, and transaction history. Use cart sorting to organize and categorize this feature based on user preferences. So sorry then. So let's quickly go back to let's quickly go back to the board based on this. Let's quickly go back to the board. So, who is Mosura? Mosura, well done. Oh. Now, this is the cart sorting, right? I've been able to categorize my users' needs into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? I've been able to categorize it. Some people want to do money transfer. Yeah, mobile app or websites. Then also research work. So now money transfer. I've categorized all my user needs based on the survey. Some people want money transfer. Some people want to do bill payment. Some people want to check their transaction history. Some users want account balance, be able to view account balance. This is my cart sorting. Can you see it? Monsurat, please do not edit my work. Thank you very much. I know you are following. Well done. I see you. Nice. What do I do? The diagram is not clear. What do I do? I can even see it from my other screen. Well, can you see it now? Because I can see it now. Yes, thank you, Abiodun, for the swift response. Okay, I've categorized, based on the data I've collected, I have categorized it to 7 parts. Now, money transfer. Maybe maybe 90 people want money transfer. Maybe 60 people want bill transfer. Okay, some people want transaction. They want to be able to view their transaction history. Some people want to be able to see their account balance. Some people is scheduled payment. They want that when they want to make payment, they're able to schedule it on the call and it just deducts their money. Some people is notification. They want to get notification about personalized tips or whatever thing they need. Another thing is security features. Now, based on the data, I would say that the first one, let's assume, because I cannot like share my screen and say let's go and check our doctor. Let's assume that this security is what? High priority. Then you go here. This is high priority. This is what we want to do now, right? Let's say after that, we want to do notification. Now, let's say, okay, this is the highest priority. Now, let's move to the next. Let's say, okay, this guy is the next that we want to work on. Then we say scheduled payment is what we want to work on. No, notification. No, notification cannot. Let's go back. So let's say money transfer is most important. Then the next important is so account balance is the next priority. So let's say bill payments is less priority if there's time. Transaction history if there's time. Now notification is, oh, maybe we don't even need it based on the data. Maybe 0 or nobody responded to that, right? So this is how your card sorting and prioritization matrix works together. If you understand this, can you say yes? That yes, ma, I understand now, because I have now explained how it works. So let's go back to our slide. Fig jam. We have few. I'm so sorry. We have less time. So I'm going to copy some of the questions and respond on the Telegram group. Because of our time, we need to run. I hope I'm be able to teach well on this topic, and you understand when I give you a case study to work on, or when we give you a case study to work on. Because now we are now doing actual work, practical. So our case study for today is e-commerce. Please screenshot this thing. We are still going to upload it on the LMS. Please do not send your assignment to me. Do not send it to me on my mail. Thank you. So let's quickly go. We have like less than 10 minutes to this. E-commerce website redesign. That's your take home. Adejoke, please, what don't you understand? Just drop it so I'll be able to attend to. If you're on Telegram group, yeah. Oh, you need to send a mail. Send a mail to Incubator Hub so that they can add you there if you are not on the Telegram group. Okay, so your task, please quickly screenshot this thing. Please, quickly screenshot it. Screenshot. Your task is to design an e-commerce website that makes online shopping easy and enjoyable for users. You are redesigning an e-commerce website, right? So you can decide you want to redesign Jumia, you want to redesign Konga, or whatever e-commerce website is available. Priscilla, don't just write, I don't understand. Write what you don't understand. And if you're on the Telegram group, it's very important. Your task is to design an e-commerce website that makes online shopping easy and enjoyable for users. Think about how you can help customers quickly find what they are looking for, make purchases smoothly, and manage their account without any hassle. The aim is to create a website that feels intuitive and meets the need of different types of online shoppers. The goal of the project is to develop an e-commerce website that simplifies the shopping experience and makes user happy. Focus on making navigation easy, the product search simple, the checkout fast, and customized support accessible. Your design should make shopping online a breeze for everyone. We are not designing, I'm just giving you a case study. I'm giving you a challenge, a task. You are not designing. So we are still going to the next slide. Please hold on. Now, this is what you need to do right now. Screenshot this as well. It will still be uploaded on his LMS, but screenshot this as well. Create a questionnaire to gather insights about users' online shopping habits. Create a souvenir. Sorry, I said a souvenir. Oh my gosh. Create a survey or questionnaire to gather insights about users' online shopping habits, preferences, and pain points. Focus on aspects such as website navigation, product search, and checkout process. Olamide, or who's this? Olamide, I don't understand. What don't you understand? We are not using Figma. Hey, you should listen to instruction. We have not started design work. We are doing this. We are doing this assignment based on what I've taught you. I've taught you the empathize state, what to do, the method to do. I've taught you the define state, what to do. So I'm giving you an assignment based on that. I just gave you that based on like I gave you like a challenge that you need to you need to do a survey or a questionnaire on, right? Then also do the problem setting and all that thing. So just listen to me, what you need to do. You're not designing, please and please, you're not designing. Yes, there's a separate, please and please, let's listen to instruction. Anyways, we'll find a way to screenshot and send to you as well, but just listen. We have like less than 6 minutes to go. Create a questionnaire. That's one. Send out the questionnaire, post on your social media platform, share with your friends. The third one, conduct user interview, 3 users minimum. Write down your question and your answer. Thankfully, you already have a template. Please, someone should help me to answer the person that asks, how do I create a questionnaire? Please just help me answer. Create 2 to 3 personnel based on your research data. Try doing, now this last part is not compulsory. If you understand it very well, you can go ahead, but still make attempt so that if you don't understand, we'll be able to explain better or correct you. It's just better that you attempt it, you do it. So this is your assignment. 30th is on Friday. The timing is short. Okay, I will look into it. But please do this because I want to make sure that you understand this thing. This thing is all the things you are going to do in your case study. So it's very important that you understand. Other questions, because of our time, we need to rush. So I will look into the due date, but make sure you start, please. Yes, I will look into the deadline, but make sure you start now. Start like now. I understand. You have not even started. You're already complaining. Oh my God. You will just try first. Don't worry, don't worry. Just try first. Okay. Please, if you can come back to do it, don't forget that we have a timeline to work on every topic we talk on. So it's very important. So please go back and listen and rewatch. Do your research as well. As designers, you don't just stick to one thing. You tend to expand your knowledge by doing your research, understand things better, right? So based on all this topic I've taught you, go back, read, ruminate on it, practice it, and that's why I always give you a take home to practice. You're complaining. All of you are complaining. You have not started it. At least make an attempt, but don't worry. I'm going to talk about the due date. So don't worry. I'll extend the due date. You guys are doing well. So please and please. So don't forget, empathy is about finding echoes of another person in yourself. Thank you very much for your time. You can reach out to me. Please don't send your assignment to me. I'm begging you. Don't send your assignment to me. Do not send your assignment to me. It's on the LMS. I will extend the time. You will have never started. You can do all things. Yes, I love the energy. Don't worry, I'll extend. So thank you very much. My email, you can reach me out to my email. We have questions, not assignments, questions. My LinkedIn as well. Then my YouTube channel and Instagram. You can reach out to me there and follow me. So thank you very much for a good time. Well done, everybody. Have a good night rest. See you on Friday. Thank you very much. Bye.